It was a typical evening in our quaint suburban home. My 4-year-old son, Jason, was nestled in his bed, eagerly awaiting his bedtime story. As I began to tuck him in, he looked up at me with innocent eyes and whispered, "Mommy sang me a lullaby last night. She has a sweet voice, like yours." I chuckled softly, thinking it was just his imagination running wild, as he often talked about imaginary friends and fantastical tales. But as the nights went on, Jason's stories about Mommy became more detailed. He described her long flowing hair, her delicate touch, and the comforting songs she would sing to him each night. Curiosity gnawed at me, wondering where he had conjured up this mysterious Mommy. I was a single parent, raising Jason alone since his father's passing when he was just a baby. His stories began to unsettle me, especially when he mentioned how she would tuck him in after I left the room, as if someone else was there when I was sure it was only me. One evening, after Jason had drifted off to sleep, I decided to take action. I quietly set up a baby monitor in the room, wanting to get to the bottom of this Mommy mystery. As I adjusted the camera angle and made sure it was recording, a chill ran down my spine. I couldn't shake off the unsettling feeling creeping up on me. The next morning, I woke up with a knot in my stomach and rushed to check the baby monitor footage, eager to debunk Jason's stories once and for all. But as I stared at the screen, my heart sank. The footage was gone, deleted as if it had never existed. I frantically searched through the files, but there was no trace of the previous night's recording. Panic gripped me as I went to Jason's room, hoping to find some explanation for what had happened. His innocent eyes met mine and he whispered, "She doesn't like cameras, Mommy. She told me she's here to take care of me when you can't." My mind raced with a million questions, the room suddenly feeling suffocating and filled with an eerie presence. Who was this mysterious Mommy that Jason spoke of? How could she delete the footage from the baby monitor? And why did I have a sinking feeling that there was more to this than just a child's vivid imagination? I spent the following nights on edge, unable to shake off the feeling of being watched. Every creak of the house, every whisper of the wind, it all felt like some unseen presence looming over us. Jason's stories about Mommy became more real to me with each passing day, and I couldn't ignore the possibility that perhaps there was something supernatural at play. Desperate for answers, I delved into old family records, searching for any clues that could shed light on this mysterious presence in our lives. That's when I stumbled upon a faded photograph of a woman with striking resemblance to the description Jason had given me of Mommy. She was a distant relative, long gone, but her eyes seemed to follow me in the photograph, a haunting reminder of a past that refused to stay buried. As I dug deeper, I uncovered a tragic family secret that sent shivers down my spine. The woman in the photograph was named Eliza, and she had died under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind a young child who bore an uncanny resemblance to Jason. Eliza had been a loving mother, known for her soothing lullabies and gentle demeanor, much like the stories Jason had shared with me. The pieces started to fall into place, the truth unfolding before me like a dark, twisted puzzle. Eliza's spirit had lingered, watching over her child even in death, drawn to Jason's innocence and need for a mother's love. She had found a way to cross the veil between the living and the dead, manifesting in our home as Mommy to comfort and protect him. I was torn between fear and empathy, grappling with the realization that Jason was not imagining Mommy, but truly being looked after by a mother's love from beyond the grave. I couldn't deny the solace it brought him, the warmth and security he felt in the presence of a ghostly guardian who had crossed time and space to care for him. In the end, I chose to embrace this inexplicable connection, accepting Eliza's presence in our lives as a gift rather than a curse. Jason continued to speak fondly of Mommy, and I found comfort in knowing that he was never truly alone, that a mother's love transcended even death. And so, our home became a haven for both the living and the dead, a place where the boundaries between worlds blurred and love prevailed. I may never fully understand the mysteries of the afterlife or the spectral bond between Eliza and Jason, but I was grateful for the unspoken bond that united us, a bond that defied logic and embrace the supernatural in the name of